All right, hello and welcome to. Let me make sure I get hip. To New Orleans by night. I am Michael. Pronouns he, him, and I will be GMing tonight. If you want to go through, introduce all yourselves. Oh wait, give me just a second. No, this is probably a quick fix on this side.
I know.
Try.
Difficulties.
Now you're good.
Technical difficulties. We're okay?
Yep.
Hi. Hello. I am Tutu or Laura Tutu. You can find me on at TutuWho on TikTok and on the Instagrams. I will be playing Maxine the Toreador.
Hi, I'm Hallie or Jalapeno on TikTok. Hey Jalapeno everywhere else. I'm gonna be playing Celeste, the Tremere.
Hi, I'm Asgard's D&D Adventures here on Twitch, Son of Asgard on TikTok, and Asgard's D&D on Twitter. And he, him are my pronouns, and I'm going to be playing Connell, the Connell the Gangrel.
All right. Do you want to go over what had happened last time?
We met with like the arch nemesis and shit like almost went down.
Things
That's
happened.
all I can remember.
So many things.
So
many
much
things
happened.
Did not make the friends we wanted to make.
We did not make the friends we wanted to make. I told alligators to eat a thing's face. To eat a corpse's face. I didn't just say alligators on a random person. I told alligators to eat a corpse's face so we could make it look like a girl. And the girl is the girl's the senator's daughter. And she's now one of the kindred. We found out she's a
La Sombra.
that one. She's a La Sombra.
Yeah.
Which means that not the Camarilla, not the Anarchs, the other one. It's the Bat. It means the Sabbat's all up in this shiznit. And yeah, that spells bad shit for everybody.
And
Yeah.
actually,
That's what I got.
I chose her clan at random from the Sabbat ones, and then you're like, wait a minute, don't they not cast reflection and appear in videos and cameras? I'm like, that will make things a whole lot easier.
Yeah. The storyteller accidentally saved our asses on that one. But yeah, we've had a new baby vampire dropped into our laps, literally chased into Maxine's club.
Yep.
Figured out what clan she's from, figured out that means the Sabbat is in town, and it sounds like they want to stir the pot because if the authorities find out what has happened to this poor girl, this poor U.S. government official's daughter, it's gonna be Second Inquisition all up in this bitch.
Poor unfortunate soul.
Yup.
As I recall, at the end, I think everyone was essentially crashing.
Yeah, we had some snacks.
Yeah, Maxine and Connell.
Had a snack.
And did Celeste go get something to eat? No.
Nope. Just went home.
You want to catch a bite?
I took what was her face? The new baby vamp.
Mandy.
That's
Amanda.
Mandy.
Amanda?
I took her to the firehouse, which is my home. Told her she could stay there until we found someplace permanent. And then I went out and I killed a guy. And then
You also chopped her hair off with a pair of scissors.
Oh yeah, I just butchered her hair.
You gave her a shit ass haircut, my man.
Are you a barber? Nope.
I mean, real life I am, but in this game, nope.
How does it look? Looks chopped all to hell. That's what we're hoping for.
How does it look? Shorter.
Good thing you can't look in mirrors.
All right, I think she had crashed in the fire station that you live in, and I think everyone else had gone home.
Yeah, I think we were all kind of in our own places.
Next evening, if everybody wants to make their rouse roll.
Rose.
Celeste's feeling quite a bit peckish today.
Yeah, I should definitely eat before meeting up with everyone.
Should definitely hunger 3.
All right. So were there? I don't know if you all were planning on getting back together, or there's a few other things you want to explore.
Mhm.
I'm taking invisible features back to Maxine.
Okay.
Just in a case of like, right, there's been another person in my house. That's not supposed to happen. Get rid of this one. Thank you.
Please no. Don't
Take
like.
it
And
back.
I did
Take
not
it back.
sleep for over 1,000 years to suddenly become a dad again. So, like, take the child back, please. She keeps saying like in between each third word, and it's not okay.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so
Or
help
so help me.
me.
So help me.
Boom, 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 boom. Guys, here's the thing. Like, I feel like this happens with any campaign that you do. It doesn't matter if it's D&D. It doesn't matter if it's Vampire the Masquerade. It doesn't matter if it's Rune Quest. You think it's going to be epic and like deep and meaningful, and then you find yourself quoting Monsters Inc. live on the internet.
Can't have epic without a bit of silly. Otherwise, you just become po-faced and boring.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we're up and about and doing things, Maxine's probably gonna get in touch with fucking Romeo because I don't think we let him know what we found out.
Okay. And then Celestine, are you grabbing a bite to eat on your way over?
I'm gonna grab a bite before heading over.
All right. So are you heading to you have like a little temple area kind of thing that you use?
Yeah. Head over to my little cult.
Hello, cult people. Do we have a name for your particular cult?
I don't. Not yet, at least.
Okay. Yeah, gathering the church-like place. At least Celeste goes. Too big show, then bring someone forth. So do they worship you? I'll add some notes here. So do they kind of worship you like a goddess or like the vampire thing, or is it what is the?
It's more like I make them promises that, well, not. It's more like a cult leader where I promise to show them, quote, the way and never define what the way is and just weasel my way around with, choosing one of them a day to suck their blood, occasionally do some blood sorcery to just keep them entertained. And
Okay.
yeah.
So it seems like you kind of got the broken, the lost, the people who are desperate for
Yes.
any sort of, who are also not going to be necessarily looking too closely at whatever that is. Yeah, so because of that, like the sort of church that you use, the people are often there very early. Like when the sun comes down shortly afterwards, they know that everything starts after the evening, and there's almost always some of the lost hanging around because it's the connection that they have with each other, and they don't really have connection in a lot of other places. So yeah, like on the way there, you notice like is this in a? Describing us what the place is like that you go to.
I imagine it was almost like an abandoned warehouse kind of thing.
Mhm.
Not super fancy, but big and open at least.
Yeah. Is this like in a place with a bunch of other warehouses? Is it like one of those like places where people can kind of
Probably.
drop off stuff and have it in a thing?
Yeah, almost like the storage unit
Okay.
sort of deals. Yeah.
So yeah, like in the back of one of those, where you've got like the other storage units, people just put normal stuff in, and then there's the bigger thing out in the back that.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
So yeah, as you sort of head through there, you see again in the shadows and such. There's the people that are some of the people that are maybe keeping other stuff in some of those smaller ones. But then there are the people, your people, who have already kind of gathered and are around the warehouse space, kind of looking into the darkness to see if you like. I don't know if you're driving there or do you walk there.
I
You
feel
Healy
like
there?
I'd walk.
I'm here.
Corpse
Wear a long
bride
dress
it
so it
in-
looks like I'm levitating with my
I was
Heelys.
about to say corpse bride it with like a parasol, so it's just like you're ominously floating.
Oh yeah.
Just remove that pebble from my path. Please remove the pebble.
Yes.
It's important.
Is that a new crack?
And like the moment you kind of come out of the darkness, they the ones who spot you, kind of bow their head a little bit in respect. Some of the other ones head inside to kind of get stuff set up as necessary.
Okay.
When you come by, do they have a name for you or?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think she would have just told him her name is Celeste.
It's like Cher.
Yeah.
No last name.
I only have one. Yep.
Like Cher, Beyonce, or Wong.
Yeah, so like like Celeste.
Yes.
I was thinking really hard on what you were saying the other day. I think you're right. I should face my problems. I should go head on, but it's not easy, you know.
It's true, but only you can fix your problems.
And like it's that mix of that twinge of disappointment that is very quickly covered over with the, of course this is the way like you're gonna support me in that. As you head in, I guess tell me about your sort of what you're doing, and then you can make your hunting roll.
Okay. So she'll. I don't want her to preach. Like, I don't feel like this isn't a very preachy thing, but to
Mhm.
keep the people interested, she has to preach like a little bit. So she might do like almost she'll do a tarot reading for the group and kind of bullshit it a little bit to make it seem like that everyone's on the right path and there's just something that they have to do to reach their true self and their ultimate being
Mhm.
kind of deal. And make it seem like whoever she chooses next is going to be on their correct path towards whatever their ultimate self is. And then she would specifically pick out that person who she had spoken to earlier today.
Mhm.
To be the one she feeds on, and she'll take them back into a back room, and she's got all this incense and candles and everything, so it's already a very heady environment going into this.
Mhm.
Before feeding off of her.
All right, go ahead and make your either manipulation plus subterfuge or intimidation plus fame roll.
Do subterfuge. Oh. Can I add fame plus subterfuge? Is that why is it? Or do I need one of the main ones?
It should be manipulation plus subterfuge or intimidation plus fame.
Manipulation. Oh. There we go. Okay.
All right,
Success.
you did not get a bloody success, so you didn't like necessarily like rip into the person and kill them while doing it. Do you take a scene to drink to the maximum that won't harm somebody, or are you killing this person?
I'll just do 2.
Okay.
I will not kill them.
All right, you drain him. Go ahead and recover 2.
Okay.
And then I'm assuming probably have some time there before you head back to meet up with everybody. Maxine,
Yes, darling.
the phone's answered. Yes.
Hello, Romeo.
Maxine, this is relatively fast.
Well, I have some good news. Well, no, that's a lie. I have some shitty news and some shittier news.
My hope is the shitty is in this situation we already knew it was, because no good news is going to come of this.
No. I I can confirm that it is the Sabbat. And the reason I know this is because that poor girl was turned and embraced by a Lasombra.
Okay. This leads to a few interesting things. One, lucky for us, she can't be videotaped.
Good, because the feds were already here.
Question then becomes, if they were hoping to possibly get a second Inquisition here and cause a bunch of damage, why have someone turn her who's not going to be able to be found on video? That's video or camera, the easiest way to make sure that they know where she's here.
I honestly couldn't tell you. Maybe they weren't thinking. I know they're zealous, and that doesn't always lead to an overabundance of smarts.
That's good that we know this. We're going to start our search. I'm assuming you're doing the same. You and yours.
Of course. At the very least, the fact that this poor girl can't show up in any videos or photos means it'll make hiding her a little bit easier. Now I can temporarily keep her with me. I feel that might be best for the time being, just until she gets her feet under her, and understand how things work in our world. But there's a reason I ain't embraced nobody, to be perfectly honest with you, and if I wanted to do it, I would have done it myself. Now I feel sympathy for this girl, I really do, but she ain't my clan.
Not your clan and a problem that was dropped on your lap that no matter what, he's here. The amount of people that are here. That story will probably break for too long. If she were to disappear, she stops being a problem for any of you. And technically, we have called a blood hunt.
I know that.
I know
And,
most of the time, anarchs don't look very kindly upon those who commit diablerie, and we don't either. Unless it's in the blood hunt, and if you were seeking perhaps a little extra power.
I understand, Romeo. But you also know how I feel about young women like that being dropped in situations that they don't have control over.
The question's going to be is how much control are we going to have? Is the wrong person going to see her? Is someone going to see the story that I'm sure is going to happen before too long? Senators or representative's daughter goes missing in New Orleans. Her face will be all over the news. They can't take pictures of her, but they sure as hell can recognize her.
Well, we're not stupid enough to make sure she looks exactly like herself now, is she? Are we? There's a body in a bayou. It's got her phone, her clothes, her scent all over it.
And we have people who can make sure that the DNA matches, but my thought, too much trouble. But she's not my problem right now, is she?
No, of course not.
I will speak to Oriane through more open channels as far as coordinating some sort of a hunt for the Sabbat. In this, we can work together.
And if we decide that we just don't want to deal with the problem anymore?
All you have to do is make a call. On the way there, she kind of like Amanda sort of like tries to look in a like a window, like looking at her. She's like, I can't even see what it looked. She sort of turns. She's like, I can't even see what you did.
No.
I'm gonna smack her in the back of the head as she's looking for a window. But like, you do realize people can see you through them, right?
It's closed. I didn't think anybody. So I can't even see myself in a mirror now.
No, you can't. You'll never eat a cheeseburger again either.
I'm vegan.
You're a what?
I'm vegan.
I'm Irish.
Yeah, she just she goes. I mean, I guess I'm not gonna harm animals anymore. I guess
An animal. What's that got to do with it?
I I don't eat animals because it's cruel to animals. I don't eat meat.
Shite.
I mean, shite.
I mean, shite. Why do you think we hunt? Hey, back when I was alive, you didn't have a fucking choice. You either ate an animal or you fucking died. That was how it was.
Well, now in 2021, we don't have to. So, there's a documentary I should show you. I found out about it from Paul McCartney.
What? Right, you've lost me here. What the fuck's a documentary?
The conditions they have for it's and she kind of talks your ear off about the conditions for animals on the way to Maxine's place.
And the entire time as they're walking, he's just becoming grumpier and grumpier. And when he gets to Maxine's place, he's going to turn around, he's going to look at her and go, "Do you know, there is something you should try. Some of us kindred we can actually stomach human food for a small period of time, kind of like this." And he's going to turn to the barman and go, "I need the biggest plate of meat that you have. I don't care if it's ribs or steak or whatever. I need it here in front of me now."
Yep, but she just kind of like slides in and she's like, "It doesn't bother me. I know it's a personal choice. I'm not one of those."
It's not to bother you. It's for my own sanity. And then he's going to start talking to himself in Gaelic. and it basically goes along the lines of like, what the fuck do they mean they don't eat meat? How can you not eat meat? Like it's like it's there. What else are you going to do with it? Admire it?
Have your pudding if you don't eat your meat.
I'm picturing like the auntie from fucking My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean?
Okay,
what do you mean he don't eat meat?
Okay, I'll make lamb instead. Yeah, like he's just now like when the food eventually comes, he's going to like look at it and just be like, "You know, I don't even want to eat this. I only eat food for one fucking person, and this is not that person. I don't know why I ordered this." But he's still in Gaelic. He's just ranting at a plate.
That
now.
sounds like a great time for Celeste to show up. Like Club Domino,
ranting in Gaelic. A plate of like ribs and shit, just like looking at it, ranting, then looking at Amanda and ranting at her, probably something along the lines of like, "Oh, excuse me, there seems to be a problem. Somebody's delivered the food that my food eats."
Sorry, Mandy. He has a tendency to talk to animals, whether they're alive or dead sometimes, apparently.
Because, yeah, I got that.
Celeste, what's a vegan?
She just doesn't eat meat or like animal products.
I hate this century.
Have you told her how old you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been told that he's been asleep for a long time.
Okay.
We've confirmed his exact age.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if she knew that or not.
I'm pretty sure the general consensus is he's old as fucking balls.
Yeah.
That may have been the phrase that got thrown out. Old as fucking balls.
Yeah.
It's forced to say.
He's she knows that he's definitely been like he's definitely from a long time ago.
Okay.
How old is he actually? I need to double check how old is. Holy
like
shit! Okay.
1200.
1,164 years old.
Okay, yeah.
Oh well, 1,184.
But I've only been awake for X amount of time.
I've been awake for about 10 years and I already hate this fucking
I'm already
life.
tired of
it.
I'm already tired.
Why are all you people like this?
Why are you like this? It's called generational trauma, Grandpa.
Oh, that would be fun to explain.
Because the avocado toast.
Back in my day, we didn't have no fancy screens to give us information. We had to speak to somebody and hope that they spoke the same language.
Actually, no, that tracks. Hold on, that tracks.
We're worried about diseases. We were worried about Romans.
All right, probably Maxine. I guess you make your way down from after talking to Romeo.
Yeah, so they have her just like sitting at my bar?
Hair has been chopped all to hell, and that does make quite a bit of difference.
Oh,
You look like a Pikachu. Pika.
Let's get her upstairs, please.
Away from me as quick as possible. Please, Maxine, please, please, no questions, just away from me as quick as possible.
Oh God.
He's in a mood this evening.
Celeste, I don't have the patience for you today, dear. So
I mean,
please
he
don't.
very rarely has the patience.
Gonna
Mandy,
flit
come
up
on
to the office.
just like grabs her by the shoulders and just like pushes her upstairs, like ahead.
Following them all, just muttering to himself, Eiknahulin Kakamulish, Eiknahulin Kakamulish, Eiknahulin Kakamulish.
Yeah, she did not gain more hunger upon waking, which I just rolled for.
Oh, good. All right. So first of all, we're gonna have to fix her fucking hair. What? Wait, what color? What's her coloring?
Her coloring, that sort of brown, just regular brown hair. It's not colored at all.
All right. Okay. So Celeste, do you have the ability to I don't know, make her look like one of yours?
Yeah. Probably
Yeah.
fix something up.
Yeah, let's say like I'm thinking like a pixie cut, very like oh, what's her hair? Chick from Rosemary's Baby.
Make her look like a baby.
No, Connell. That's
Weird movie to choose given our situation,
you know
but
what?
This is one of them talking painting things, yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie, darling.
I understand.
know those moving pictures? The ones I showed you, Grandpa? On the tube of you?
I like that this is what
I
this
genuinely
chronicle
don't
has
know how
turned
to-
into.
I genuinely don't know how to confront that right now. Does he know what you? No. He's given up on everything. He's given up even trying. You're just going to look at Celeste and go,
See, Mandy, if nothing else, you'll learn when you've got time on your hands. Like we are going to have time on our hands. Somebody like Connell on your side is invaluable. One, because of the services that he can provide, and two, it is honestly just kind of fun to fuck with him.
He's like a pet. He's like a little puppy, but just smells a little worse.
Celeste, I have had many pets over the time that I've been alive, and I can tell you one thing wholeheartedly: the closest thing to a pet that we have here is you.
Because I'm so adorable,
No.
right?
No, think about it logically. Pets, they act strange, they make strange noises that you hardly understand, and they have really strange behavior that somehow lots of people find endearing. You are a pet.
All right. I'm gonna go fix your fuck up over here.
This is legitimately Maxine just like laughing at her desk, like watching this shit like a tennis match.
I'm not used to Connell striking back. I'm gonna go fix Mandy's hair.
You and fuck you.
Fucking verbal violence. I would like to cast a spell known as fuck you in particular.
Vicious mockery somehow comes into play.
My favorite spell.
Fuck that guy in particular. Ah.
All right. So here's well, the appropriate folks have been made aware of our predicament insofar as the fact that we've got the fucking Sabbat in New Orleans. Romeo has also been made aware. The question remains, why the fuck would they allow someone who can't be seen on video or camera or anything to turn someone if the idea is to stir this shit up? Unless they're just expected someone to be able to point and say, that's her, in which case, that gives us time to move her ass.
Back when the invasion started back home, we used to send someone in to attack one of the scouting parties, drag one of them away in the middle of the night, kill them, take their uniform, take their place. Then over the course of the next few months, we would have them leading a scouting patrol again, and we would take away more and more and more and more until eventually we replaced every single soldier with our own soldiers, and then we attacked from the inside. Maybe this is what was happening, but one of them messed up.
Mm,
Is she in the room with you, or do you have her elsewhere? Is she down at the bar?
I'm assuming Celeste is
I'm
still,
assuming still in the
Yeah,
room.
I took her away to go cut her hair.
Okay.
but like
Alright.
still in the room. So we're talking old school fucking guerrilla war tactics here.
Listen, the Celts and the Picts invented guerrilla warfare. Okay.
I don't even know how to fucking handle this. I run a fucking nightclub. What in the holy hell?
Never understood that phrase, holy hell.
Yeah, well.
It's because it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you would know, cult leader.
Send you to holy hell.
Many, many, many Christians tried, and many, many, many. And he's going to take out the set of rosary beads that he's making with all the teeth and just go, many of them failed.
All
And about one of them's bound to stick.
right. One of them's bound to stick.
He's just going to pull down his pull down his shirt and show like the wind on his collarbone and go, they did a few times, but never in the right place.
All right, children, go to your separate fucking corners.
Did you just call me a fucking child?
Yes, I did. You're acting like one.
You're the one getting angry about the girl, just saying.
Well, if she got dumped on your doorstep, you wouldn't be super happy either. Listen,
Listen, hold on a moment. She did get dumped on my doorstep. We're all in the same position.
That sucks.
You know what? If we are all in the same position, I'm going to be straight with all of you, and that includes you, Mandy. So hold on to your pants. The Camarilla just wants you dead
Mm-hmm.
at this point. That was
Yep.
one of the first things that Romeo mentioned when I called him. And that would be the easiest way to solve this problem. But that is not how I play things around here.
It's kind of nods. She goes, I can. I mean, I know I'm still getting used to all this and how this works and everything, but I will do everything I can to not be a problem.
Good.
Yeah, but your existence is kind of the problem right now.
A lot of things that exist that cause problems that we accept and we deal with. This is another one.
Well, I mean, this is how the Sabbat operate. They put in sleeper cells. They infiltrate, whether it's Camarilla, whether it's Anarch. It could be that they are waiting for her to report back in somehow. Now, Mandy, I know you don't know who turned you, but there's a chance that they are keeping tabs on you, considering they sent the feds to my door.
I could go somewhere else. I mean, someplace that I won't be seen or known.
Follow you.
Maybe we should get her out of New Orleans.
Possible. But that doesn't necessarily take care of the Sabbat problem here. What if they just grab some other poor girl off the street? What if they decide not to go with the one that can't be recorded or seen?
Wait, what if we keep her in New Orleans?
Either as bait.
Yeah. Advertise her presence.
Well, the issue there being she is still the daughter of a U.S. representative.
We
So
we don't advertise her presence in a way that they will know. We advertise their presence in a way that our kind will know. I'm assuming that you both returned rather suddenly. You didn't go looking for it.
Oh, you said to Amanda?
I'm saying it to everybody.
Oh.
You cut out a little bit, Brand.
Oh, sorry.
That?
He's saying that so Connell's going to look at everybody and say, I'm assuming that all of you returned suddenly. Nobody sought this life out.
No, decidedly not.
I just wanted a night away from from security.
Okay.
I had to be selected.
The first time you fed, messy.
Very.
Hmm?
Had a real hard time cleaning it up, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very noticeable now when you look back on it, yeah. Very easy to tell.
Easy to tell what did it.
Easy to tell how young the thing that did it was.
It's true.
So you
They're
think
on
we
the-
should stage something like that?
Yeah, I think we should. And New Orleans has got plenty of people that are very much worth killing.
Hmm. Make it easy to find for someone like us.
Very.
We're gonna have to toe that line to make sure it doesn't also bring the Inquisition down on us.
I think if we're going to bait out somebody within the Sabbat, that's a line we're going to have to toe.
Ugh.
It's only a suggestion.
No, I think you might be right on that. I don't know how else we're gonna draw her sire out into the light, so to speak.
We can still run this up the chain. My name has pull, but I don't have an official position. I can't put a decision on this.
No, you're right. We still have people to answer to, so to speak. How's the haircut going? Does she look less uneven?
Yeah, there's a lot less hair now.
I mean, in all fairness, she couldn't look more uneven.
Yeah.
Mm,
Celeste has
bald.
the alt vibe. She's definitely acquainted with some kitchen scissors and bottles of bleach. She knows what she's doing.
This
actually,
chick's coming out of the bathroom looking like Avril Lavigne from like the early 2000s.
no, actually, you know
There's a
what?
big
Real
old
quick,
black chunk, some pink.
Maxine's gonna run down and talk to Jamie.
Mhm.
See if she's got any extra gloves, bleach, because that's her side gig, and Maxine knows that.
Yeah, she goes, yeah, I can run home and grab some.
If you wouldn't mind, Sugar, one of the girls is just having a time of it, and we're gonna indulge that inner self-destructive property without going on the full bender, if you know what I mean.
All right. She goes, yeah, I'll grab some and be back in a bit.
Thank you, baby.
And
Just
you
kidding.
hear her go, I've been gone for a while. Then just like yells it at like to the manager that day, and then just heads out. And the manager just kind of looks and also knows it's Jamie, so it's probably, but then kind of catches your eye and just sort of nods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're just gonna give this poor girl the full like
Oh yeah.
post breakup treatment, like chop it off, platinum blonde. It'll be a drastic enough change from the like clean cut mousy thing, or at least that's the idea.
We're gonna try at least.
We're gonna give it the old college try. See what happens.
Pink
The
circa
old
2010.
college try.
Good old college try. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be great. It'll be fine. It'll be great.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna work on that. We're gonna make her nigh unrecognizable, make it look like she fits a little more with the likes of us. And then we're gonna dangle some bait, I guess.
If the bosses say we can.
I'm gonna call Orianne.
Yeah, the phone is Maxine.
Hello, ma'am.
Had quite a night.
Oh, here I thought I would just get to live out my unlife, surrounded by feathers and glitter and sequins, and now I'm dealing with La Sombra and Sabbat and blood hunts. It's just everything a girl could ever dream of.
Hopefully, we'll put this behind us before too long. I just got off the phone with Romeo.
Oh, good. Did he give you a particular suggestion for a little issue?
No, I'm guessing offered a way out for you.
Yes, he did. Well, I do understand the appeal of something like that. There is still a little bit of humanity left.
We start eating our own. There's nothing no stopping.
I know. A lot said for the simplicity of it, though. But no, that's not how we do things here.
Well, at least we're in luck. If she's Lasombra, she's not going to be able to show up on anything, so that'll make things a good deal easier.
No, but one of my associates did bring up something interesting. I guess we sort of came to this conclusion as a whole. If the Sabbat is looking to stir up trouble, but they've decided to go with one of their clans that doesn't show up, doesn't ping on the radar, it could be they're just looking to tear us down from the inside, which means they might have someone looking for her.
We wonder that ourselves. Romeo and I spoke a little bit about that. They're not that Sabbat don't tend to be that subtle, and that's a level of subtlety you definitely don't do when you're taking a representative of the United States daughter.
No. Which is why Connell suggested we take some of that subtlety and throw it out the window.
I'm listening.
You remember what it was like when you were turned, when you were embraced, right? How hungry you were, how easy it was to slip up.
Yeah.
Well, word gets around in our kind, there's a new baby vampire roaming around. Maybe it'll kick the right hornet's nest. Leave a bloody little trail.
Someone sloppy.
Yep.
Different part of the city.
Yep.
Be careful to keep it too much off of, well, too much off of the Kind's radar, but that could work.
We just need it to look like something that they would be able to pick up on.
No, frankly, just get her hungry and let her feed. It'll probably happen by itself.
very least, if she's hungry and we can keep tabs on her, it'll be authentic.
Make sure you're doing it away from either Camarilla or Sabbat territory, or Camarilla or Anarch territory. You do far enough out, the Sabbat would probably guess that if they stayed in this area, that they would be caught up by some of us. Maybe run out to the outskirts of the city.
Yeah. Well, been looking for a little time off anyway. Why not? Well, I think that might do the trick then. We'll do our best not to kick up too much trouble, but as Connell said, that might be a line that we need to toe regardless. So might want to batten down the hatches.
Okay. Let me know how it goes.
Yes, ma'am. Click. Well, Oriane doesn't seem too upset by the idea, Connell.
Good.
We'll just need to
It's
take
the
it.
highlight of my day is making her smile.
She makes our lives easier when she's happy. Unlives, that is.
So now comes the question of how are we going to do it?
Well, simplest thing is to let the girl get hungry and let her run. That'll make it the most authentic, but potentially the most dangerous.
I hate to be that person, but do we want to put her through that?
Well, upside to that is if you meet that limit and jump over it, you know what it feels like and you know how to avoid running into that again.
It's true.
Times you might enjoy it.
That's true too.
There's like a really like reminiscing grin on Connell's face, like the last time that he embraced the beast and just let it run free.
You're
He's just
such
kind of like grinning, eyes off into the distance, like,
you are such a fucking gangrel.
yes, because you are completely out with the usual stretch for your own clan. Gestures to burlesque club.
You like it here. Stop bitching. That's it then. We need to take her far enough out where she doesn't go running through Camarilla territory or Anarch territory. She makes enough of a mess. Sabbat will find her regardless.
Hopefully, we can find the back that did this.
You said, Michael, you said that she didn't get hungrier.
Yeah, the rouse roll went fairly well.
Okay.
I can make her hungrier.
Let's take a trip out of the city first.
Yeah.
We'll want to get her all disguised up before we go anywhere, though.
We doing good parent, bad parent, or pissed off Irish grandparent? Which one are we doing? How decisively unladylike of you there, Maxine.
I was
Jeez, I want to ask you a question. You don't have to
my
burp.
stars and garters. Lord.
Hold on while I clutch my pearls.
Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus.
Lord have mercy. If
Sorry,
Mama Lenore was here, your head would be upside your ass.
Let's make sure we can get her properly disguised before we go tromping around.
Okay. I froze up for just a second.
No worries.
You're good.
There was just a whole load of
Yeah.
talking about the fact that Laura burped. That was all that was. If they're having to leave, then Connell will say that there's before we leave, there's some errands that I'll have to run first.
All right.
Okay.
You want to take care of that and meet us at the edge of the city?
Yeah. I shouldn't be gone too long.
All right. Don't get lost now.
Okay, I don't know if you happen to have the New Orleans by night Google Map up.
I do not.
So many maps. Hold
If
on.
you're gonna bring that up, we can kind of find where you want to go to. There is all sorts of like places to go.
Hallie, I just seen that picture you put in the distance.
I thought you were American.
I'm a vegan. I'm Irish. Oh,
Oh,
oh my
Jesus.
god.
Okay. Where's my fucking map?
There's a historical park and preserve and like wildlife management area stuff that kind of gets us to the edge there.
Michael, I can't find the map.
Oh, it's in the where's that folder?
The Google Drive folder. If you go to the
Okay.
pinned,
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, Celeste, what you could do is if you want to drop a, if you want to grab like the marker and drag it to where you're thinking.
ooh. So I was thinking somewhere around here-ish. Because we got the motorsports park and the preserve. But it's still like right on the edge of town, so we'd be able to just grab a person, but not lose her in the middle of everywhere.
If you want to hit add marker, that way we'll be able to see.
Oh,
I've got where
did it
it's
not
at.
add?
But, I didn't see it. I think.
0.6? Do I need to make it visible somehow?
No, it should be. Oh, 0.6.
Yeah.
Okay. There. Yep, you got some lakes. You got a whole bunch of little bayou stuff on there. Also, if you go to the base map, if you want to see what that looks like in a satellite, you can.
Ooh.
Yeah, because that's over the river and kind of way out there.
Like there's enough open area to where it's not going to be an immediate threat for her to
Run for it.
get loose. But there's bound to be a few people around.
All right. Yeah, got some open area. It's not right in the middle of any big residential spots. All we gotta do is find some asshole who's gonna be unlucky enough to stumble across her path.
Always an asshole.
What's behind curtain number 1?
All right. So what do y'all do? You take her out to that area?
Yeah, once we've got her all disguised up and everything. Make sure she no longer looks like the clean-cut U.S. representative's daughter.
While they're getting her ready and then heading there, I'll be doing my errands.
Okay. What errands are you doing?
So if he's going to be leaving New Orleans for a little bit, then I want to go see Mama Lenore, let her
Mhm.
know that I won't be able to make it to Sunday dinner. Because if I don't give her a heads up, she will kill me.
Okay.
And then not like speak to her or anything, but like check on his like descendant, and then like money that he's taken from like people over the course of feeding over the past few nights, just like leave that in her like letterbox.
Okay. Do this real quick. So tell me a little bit about Mama Lenore.
So Mama Lenore is when he came out of the ground and was all like, people speak English, but I can't speak for some reason. Mama Lenore found him, and she has like a little restaurant and stuff, and like a lot of like the homeless people in New Orleans. She kind of like feeds them, and she calls them all her babies because she has no kids. So she calls them her babies. She's also blind, and so Connell took a little bit of like a shine to her because she looked after him. She, kind of not like nursed him back to health because he's a vampire who doesn't get any nutrition from her food, but it's more like the kind of like love and care that she put into trying to nurse him back to health that kind of got him back up. This was before he met Maxine. So now, like I've said, like he only eats human food once a week, and that's Sunday dinner where he goes and sits down, and Mama Lenore thinks that he's like a normal guy who was homeless, now has his life back on track, and really he's just this really filthy hippie dude with a really savage pet cat who just really likes this woman because she was nice to him. So he calls her Mama Lenore.
Right. And today is Wednesday, actually. I went ahead. This is actually be Wednesday, the 10th of November.
Yeah, so he'll be going to visit her just to let her know that I won't be able to make it a Sunday dinner. I'm going out to look after a friend.
Okay. And she just kind of looks. She's like, "Oh, baby, you sure you don't want a little something? I've got some leftovers."
Mama, like seriously, I couldn't. I had lunch at work. But now the boss has asked me to go and make sure that one of our friends he's out at another place and he's not really sure about the area, so they need another security guard who's a bit longer in the tooth. So I'm going to go and give him a bit of a helping hand. So I might miss Sunday dinner. If I manage to get back in time, I promise you I'll be here. But if I'm away a little bit later, I don't want you worrying about me now, okay?
Always got a place set for you, baby.
I know. Well, give my best to everybody else, and if you need anything, just I'll find out if you need anything, okay?
Okay. And then you said you wanted to check on Kaylee?
Yeah, I want just stop, make sure she's being like sensible. She works at like a cafe, so she's gonna like look in the window, kind of like does she look okay, kind of thing, and then if they're all good, then he'll go and meet where he said he would meet them.
Make a quick stealth roll.
Stealth, awesome. That's something that Am I good at that? Okay, I guess I'm alright at that.
How am I that shit?
So that's just stealth, yeah.
It'll be stealth plus probably with dexterity. Like you always roll. You generally always roll a stat and a skill.
Okay.
Some of the exceptions are some of the things you'll do with hunting grounds might be like advantage and a skill.
Okay. Suck it.
Oh, bestial failure.
Ugh.
You like as you're on the way there, you see a guy coming. Like you know the dealer that she has that she owes money, and he's coming towards the cafe. It's a cafe that she works at.
Yeah.
You see this guy. You kind of seen him before, kind of dressing her down. And there's a moment where as he's kind of coming through. You said you're kind of like looking in through the window.
Yeah, just like try to make it look as if he's like, oh, is it busy? Don't know. Do I want to? But really, it's just like, try to see if she looks healthy, she looks like she's okay, kind of thing.
He notices you kind of looking at her, but also kind of recognizes a fellow, though very different style of predator when he sees one, and just sort of is kind of on his way. And this guy looks like he's got the angry on, and he's heading towards the cafe when he sort of stops, looks at you, and goes, "All right, we got ourselves a common friend."
Could say that.
What, you're a guy now? Is that what you are?
Ew.
I'm gonna walk up to him, square shoulders, and then smile at him, and just be like, "I don't believe we've actually met here. My name's Ian. What's your name, there, friend?"
I got no reason to give you a name.
Well, you have a damn good reason to give me your name, because if you continue to try and threaten me, Rick, I'm gonna need to know what I'm carving on the fucking slab that I sent to your mother.
He just kind of like gives you kind of once over, and like his jacket, he just kind of lets kind of fall, and you see there's like a pistol in there. He goes, I don't know how many drop, but I'm willing to bet mine's a little higher. So you just want to back the fuck off because I got business.
I'm gonna smile at him, look down at the gun, and go, "Oh, you've got me dead to rights there, lad. Do you know what? You have a good day." I'm gonna step back, turn around, and walk away.
Yeah,
And in my head, I'm just going, "Oh, I know somebody that she can kill."
yeah, there's just this. Do you see this moment though, where he kind of looks back into the thing and then decides to walk the other way. He doesn't go into bug Haley tonight.
Yeah. He's nearly skipping back to Maxine, like, "I know someone she can eat. I know someone she can eat." It's great. Oh man, I'm loving this so much.
All right, so all right, so you meet out at the over by the motorsports park.
Yeah, edge of the city.
Yeah. We'll say you've got like, as you're there, you're out there. Again, fairly late at night, but you hear behind you this of the oh, what do they call it? The dirt bikes with the engine and stuff.
Motocross.
Yeah, the motocross. You hear like going behind you.
Yeah.
As like the lights. It's one of those things that the lights make it very bright, like way the hell over there, which makes it kind of a little bit darker where y'all are at. I'm looking at the. Oh my god, this is perfect.
I want to go karting.
What?
Are you gonna be looking at the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, that like that. Yeah, that's the area, except at night. So yeah, down here on this thing, you got some ramps set up, and you've just got, and you've got like kind of here. You see some people there, not a ton watching, probably parents and friends and family, and you probably have all this space out here, kind of on the edge of the bayou stuff.
Well, now we just need to find her somebody to eat. That's gonna be the fun part.
I'm keeping my eye out for a particular person. It's a long shot that they're there, but still,
It could
if
happen.
they are, anything could happen.
It's New Orleans. Anything. Yeah.
Accidents are bound to happen. Motocross is a dangerous sport. You never know
That's
what
more
a tire.
like smashed skull than like ripped.
You
throat.
never know when a tire might randomly burst, skitter off a bike. The rubber will be ripped off the rim. The rim will somehow be flattened and sharpened into a discus and behead somebody. You never know what may happen.
You never know.
You never know.
It can happen any day.
Let's let the dice decide on this. I'm gonna give if you want to make an observation roll, I'll set that target number at a 3. If you get 3 successes, he will show up.
Observation. Okay, where's observation?
Oh, is it observation? I'm gonna what it is.
I don't know what it is.
It would probably be
There's an awareness.
Awareness.
Oh my god. Awareness, and that is a what kind of stat is that? Would that be
Probably wits.
okay? So it needs to be a 3, yeah.
Yeah, Michael, would that make sense for? Would it be wits and awareness?
Yeah, that makes sense there.
Okay, so I
don't know if
do
you have a discipline that helps with that. I'm thinking probably.
I might bear with me a moment. And I'll double check. Oh, I've dropped the dice. I dropped the dice. Oh no, but I never rolled them because No,
it
it did.
has to be in the chat box. That's what.
Yeah, it has to be in the chat box. Wait,
Hmm.
awareness. Let me double check.
I love that part of this is
Um,
also us learning how to use this fucking
Oh yeah.
delightful. I love Fantasy Grounds, but it's a lot of me being like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Hold
there's a
on.
little bit of like
Huh?
once you got it, it's great. Building stuff in is not the easiest, but
Feel a bit like a grandma. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just like,
okay.
wait,
Where am I?
where am
Hold
I?
on.
Hold
Where?
on, honey, what am I clicking? That's a little what it feels like sometimes.
And who is this?
I'm looking to see, do I have anything? I don't think I've got anything that helps with awareness.
Can we
Oh,
offer
but-
assistance?
Hold on. What do you do? No, that's because I don't take fall damage. Nah, I don't have anything to help you
Oh,
with
look at this.
awareness. I don't think.
Largest pool among the group, +1 die for each character assisting, with at least 1 dot in awareness.
I've got a dot in awareness.
I've got 2 in awareness.
Do I have a fucking dot in awareness?
Who has the
I have
highest?
I
who
have
has the
2
highest
dots in awareness.
pool?
I think I've got 2 dots in awareness.
Who has the highest pool? Wits plus awareness.
I've got 5 in total. What's plus awareness?
I think I
Got
also
4.
I think I also have 5.
All right. Go ahead. Roll 7 dice. Get a +2 on your modifier. To get the other dice. I think, is that a call? Let me check. I'm gonna just make a
Jeff the vampire.
Yeah, Jeff the vampire roll real quick.
Death the vampire.
I'm Jeff.
Jeff.
Oh, he's a vampire. Bum bum. Okay, and then just grab like 2 dice
Then
from
just roll
below.
2 more.
Yeah, basically, if you grab it, and then if you grab one from below, the little one that's there, and then you grab it, right click, a second one will appear.
Right, cool, got you. Okay, so I'm going wit plus awareness. That.
Come on.
Come on. Right, okay.
Are you
okay.
fucking kidding
Oh, you
me?
still got 2
Hold
more
on.
dice.
Hold on. Son of a bitch.
Shit!
Yeah.
That's 6 successes. As you're sitting there, you see there's like a car and a trailer kind of pull up, and then like the dude himself is probably 5 foot.
Of course he is.
You see him
Of course
sort
he
of hop
fucking
out.
is.
And you see there's a couple guys walking on their way in. They're just like, "Hey, Darius." He's like, "Hey, guys." Just like as they walk away, you can kind of feel the eye roll off the guys that he spoke to as he's kind of getting his bike out.
I can sense it.
This is the guy I was hinting at. Yeah, is this the dealer?
Amanda goes, that guy?
And Connor's going to point and go, yeah, something about him just screams that he deserves to die. Don't you think? Like, doesn't he just have one of those faces that you just want to like?
Have one of those.
He just has like a face you want to get like the sharp end of a screwdriver and just skin his face off. He just has one of those, doesn't he?
That is a very particular mental. Thank you for that.
Well, what has he done? I don't know this guy. Is he?
Would it make you feel better if I told you he was contemplating killing a single mother? Would that make you feel any better?
Well, I mean, the way you say it, it means you're lying. But if it were true,
There's a lot of things I've done in my life. I've killed many men. I have drunkenly started a fight with a noble. I once pissed on a king. But I can tell you one thing I've never done is lie.
She kinda
While
gives
he's
a-
trying to convince her, I'm gonna extinguish her vitae with my blood sorcery.
The leg, I
To make her
love
hungrier.
you.
Tell us what that does.
So I have to roll a contest of intelligence plus blood sorcery versus her stamina and composure.
Mhm.
A win increases the target's hunger by 1, while a critical win increases it by 2. Now she can discern who afflicts them if they can see me while making its intelligence plus occult versus wits and subterfuge. I'm not going to try to hide this though.
Okay.
I'm just
We're teeing you up for an appetite.
yes.
All right.
And-
Roll what for her again?
So for her, it's stamina plus composure
Okay.
versus my intelligence and blood sorcery. See if this
Oh.
rolls properly. Nope. I'm just linking blood sorcery.
Oh, I think for that.
Oh, there's a little plus. Got it.
Okay.
So this should work.
maybe.
Yeah, you could spend a willpower point to re-roll 3 of those dice. It's like she actually got 4 successes. She got 2 criticals.
So I spend a willpower. Sorry, how do we do this again?
Okay, so in order to do that, what you do is on your character sheet,
Mhm.
under willpower, there's a
Mhm.
little SP for spend.
Okay.
So if you click on that, then will pop up a thing letting you like re-roll some of those dice that didn't go. You can't re-roll hunger dice, which is good. In your case, you don't necessarily want a bloody success
Okay, so this should.
or bloody critical. All right. Yeah, that 5
Okay.
goes ahead and just this moment. What? How much does it take away from her?
It takes 1, unless I got a.
Okay.
What is it? Critical win. Yeah.
Yeah. So for critical wins, you get like what she got with those 2. Especially when you roll 2 10s, it becomes a crit.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. As you kind of hit her with it, it just adds 1.
Yep, just 1.
Yeah. She just goes. I don't know what the hell you're doing. Yeah, I can feel that. She kind of just looks over at him and goes, "Did I just go get him?"
Like in the pit of your stomach, there used to be like a thing that when you wanted to do something bad, there'd be like a feeling telling you like this is bad, don't do it. Like this big rock right in the middle of your gut. You know how now that feels like a wild animal scratching to get out, like something clawing inside you, dragging you towards it. Just follow it.
Hold on now. Hold on. How many other people are around him?
He's making his way towards the motor park,
Uh-huh.
and like they're like right now. There's most of the other people are already there. He
Okay.
is coming in a little bit late.
Um
Drag him aside. Make him an easy target for her.
hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do something because I haven't done something in a minute.
Everybody's taking part in this kill, so go for it. Do your thing.
Might as fucking well. Just make it a group activity.
This is our kill.
Yeah.
This is our kill. Maxine is gonna take her big dumb designer sunglasses that she doesn't actually need anymore, to be perfectly honest, but it'll make it a little harder to see her face. I would like to come right up to like the edge, like of the gate, I guess. The idea is I would like to draw him towards where we are chilling.
Yep.
And to do that, I would like to activate awe.
Okay, what's Aw do?
I don't fucking remember. Hold on. This would add a presence rating to any skill involving persuasion or performance, as well as any charisma related skill.
All right, so yeah, it'll basically just gives you bonus on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, hold on. Let me get back to the page here.
Yeah, I would say make your rouse. So when you do that, make your rouse roll to see if one of the cool things this one does, opposed to the old game, you would just like, oh, I spend 2 blood points and I can do blah blah. You had like 10. But now it's like you roll to see if it actually makes your hunger go. You don't necessarily know how much you'll be able to use your powers before your disciplines before you start going a little peckish.
But yeah, like the idea is like wander up and do like the Bugs Bunny like leg on the highway kind of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I want to wave the red flag in front of the bull.
A little wolf whistle and
Yeah, like walk up and like whistle at him
Okay.
to make him pay
So-
attention.
Make the rouse roll after you make your roll. So what you want to do is go ahead. It'll be up against his social, but that's probably persuasion or possibly subterfuge, depending how you want to do that, and your charisma.
Yeah. Okay, so
And
I've
then-
got the little plus thing
and-
on presence
Mm-hmm.
and charisma. And then persuasion.
Then grab that and make the roll.
I don't know if I'm doing this right. It's fine. It's chill. It'll be fine. I don't think I did that right at all.
You should probably have more dice. Let me take a
Yeah, I
look.
should.
Just to check. So Maxine, you were doing
I've
plus
got
on,
plus
plus
on
on-
charisma.
plus on persuasion, and then let me grab or plus on presence. Okay. And now if you grab I grab manipulation instead. Good. Okay. Yeah, so actually if you want to go through, click on the plus on your presence, then hit plus on one of the other two, then grab the dice off the other.
Okay. So I've got the plus on my presence. I've got the plus on charisma.
Yep, and then grab your persuasion. Throw that into the thing.
Nah. Why do I only have 4 dice? That doesn't
Let me check something. Just make sure how this works. That should be plus on persuasion. I'll go plus on, then a plus on persuasion, and then grab your charisma. All right, that worked for me. Okay, so yeah, like all I did was I hit the plus. Yeah, when I hit, try it for me just to see. Hit plus on presence, then maybe just go plus on persuasion, then grab the die
on
from
charisma.
from your charisma, and then throw that in.
Hmm.
That's what I did.
We're figuring it out together, kids.
Yep.
With teamwork, making the fucking dream work.
Today's a learning experience.
Today is a learning experience.
There you go. All right. Yeah, and
We did it. We did it.
Figured it out.
so that's
Jesus.
going to go up against his social.
Huh?
Yeah, he just kind of looks. You said you kind of had a leg up and like, hey, what do you do?
Like she leaning up against I don't know what's out there. Like, is there a post or a tree like right by where the rest of them are kind of camped out?
Yeah, you got that, and then you've got like the railing where the car is parked next to.
Yeah, like at the edge of the parking
Yeah, he just
structure.
he's got his bike. He just kind of like sort of looks, and then does that thing where like he kind of puts one foot on the the post for it, so he's up on it, like kicks something in gear, and then just like he's not on the bike itself, but just using it to just. Here to see the races.
You know what, Sugar? That ain't usually my deal. But it is an awful nice night out.
Kind of smiles. Yeah, you got a Square reader. I got a debit card.
We're going to new target. Maxine's killing this guy. We're going to new target.
In the back of her brain, like there's a little bit of like, yep, nope, totally has this coming.
Breaks
Well-
the fourth wall. Just to clarify, children, you just called her a prostitute.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's not a nice thing to call somebody out on your first meeting of them in 5 minutes.
It does show some humility because she's going like she's not into this for just this.
Mm. Well, Sugar, why don't you follow me to somewhere a little more private and we can talk about it.
Yeah, he kind of kicks the stand down there and just like hops over that little railings who's next to you and goes, "I'd be thrilled."
Just gonna start walking towards the towards the rest of them. Like,
right.
smile plastered on her face. If Connell sees her coming, he will recognize that smile.
I was just gonna go, oh, this is gonna be fun. Look at Amanda and be like, seriously, you're in for a real treat.
Yeah, Maxine wants to kill him. That's how you know it's bad.
Yeah, so she kind of comes up and is just like as like, I'm assuming is that the can he see all of you or just Amanda? Are the rest of you hidden?
I'll be hanging out.
I'm assuming we probably don't want Connell visible.
Yeah, Connell's going to take like a kind of wide berth, almost as if he's going to try and like, as they're coming towards him, he's going to try and like get like around behind kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just you said you're kind of trying to get behind.
Yeah, I'm going to try like as Maxine walks away, I'm going to take a big wide circle so that when they're coming back, I can kind of see them and try and come in behind them, kind of close off a retreat.
Yeah, as he kind of comes back and he sees the Celeste and Amanda there, it's just he's not too dumb that he doesn't get like a little bit of, oh God, what's that? And he just sort of looks and goes, huh, ladies, Darius. This is
Nice to meet you.
trying to do a pat down of some sort. I mean, I got a. It kind of like pats something underneath his jacket.
Oh, no, Darius. I don't think you have to worry about that, Nine. We're just here to have a good time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm up for that. So, how do you got anything to help the party happen?
Actually, Amanda, I believe you had something for him over there.
Yeah, she just kind of goes, yeah, here, and just sort of has a moment. You just sort of let her just sink her teeth.
Yeah, we're gonna we want her to be. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the idea. We want to get far enough away to where no one's gonna wander by the path and see what's going on.
Okay. I happened to roll. Did the roll that I do show up for y'all, or was that a hidden?
Hold on.
Does it say like?
Storyteller, yeah, it came up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just went to check. I'm like, let's see if he happens to have like some sort of like the humor's up. So he has a cute, which I think is enough to actually. Yeah, acute's very strong in this case. So saying so as she kind of like latches onto him, there's this moment where he kind of cries out, and then he's like totally in her control, and she just kind of goes to town. And there's a point where she kind of like lifts her head. There's blood kind of dripping off, and it looks like she's almost like possibly going to stop. What do you do when she kind of and she's looking down, and he's still around, but he's not kind of all the way gone yet. Or he's not all the way gone yet.
I'll extinguish Vitae again.
All right. Yeah, I would say just go ahead and make your rouse roll for. Did you make the rouse roll for the first one?
It doesn't say. I did not make the rouse roll for
Okay.
the.
Ooh, I also
First
need to
one.
make mine. Hold on.
Yeah, pretty much for any of those, you make a rouse roll.
At the point where they're doing that,
Okay.
where they've kind of walked away from Connell, well, came full circle, rejoined them. I can't do anything to make her want to kill him anymore. All I can do is just kind of like, don't stop now, keep going. This is where you give in. This is where you let it rip.
And as you essentially kind of just like get a little bit more, I would just go ahead and make the rouse roll for the second time too.
Okay.
You have to
Sorry,
make the actual
ignore
full
that.
roll. As she just yeah, she just goes down and just starts to go to town. You actually have quite a bit of hunger here too, until he is completely drained, and she's just sort of standing over, just this blood. Now, what she just got is she got what is a fairly rare acute resonance. Basically, it's so intense it creates a self-sustaining reaction in the blood. Um, Essentially, it's one of those things that check what the Lasombra disciplines are, but could kick some of her disciplines up for a temporary bit. Basically, give a bit of a bonus. If you hunt someone with the right humors, it will make quite a bit of difference when it comes to uh, your. It basically can give you a benefit on certain disciplines depending on what the actual discipline was. Yeah, she's just like, and like you just kind of see just like all over. She's just like the like breathing is going kind of a bit heavy, and she's just like wiping kind of the blood off her face, and she's like, "That was holy shit."
Yep. That would be your first kill, darling.
And just kind of like looks down and goes, "Probably gonna feel bad about that at some point, right?"
His name was Darius. He was a drug dealer. He was also prone to threatening children. You have nothing to feel bad about.
Yeah, she kind of goes down and like grabs his wallet. Like it grabs his wallet. Just the pistol he had just kind of clumps up onto the ground. Like, yeah, that's his name. And there is not only a bunch of like cash in his thing. There's also like some got some packets in his. He got some coke in his pockets.
No, he
I'll
was not a nice man, darling.
I'll look at the wallet and point to the cash and be like, I know people who would be more deserving of that money.
And she kind of hands it over.
Okay. I will fold it up and put it away. There's no real kind of lust for it. Connell doesn't need money for anything. Yeah. He Maxine and Celeste would obviously know this. If he feeds from somebody, then he takes any cash they have and hands it out to homeless people or gives it to people that he knows need money. So he's just doing what he does. He's like, yeah, I know somebody that can use that money.
Okay.
And does this, so from what we are seeing, does this look like a baby vamp kill?
Yeah, like it's that sort of messy. Like she hasn't even like licked the wound close. It's still like ripped open on the neck because even like baby vamps have a tendency to make it a whole lot messier. Like as you get used to it, like just 2 small pinpricks in the neck. You can drink from, or another vein. You can drink from there and then not have to worry about it.
But she like bit down.
Yep.
All right. Well, he's certainly going to be found out here.
It's good.
You did all right, Mandy. Let's get out of here before somebody starts sniffing.
Yeah, she just kind of goes, yeah, all right.
Wipe your mouth, baby.
Kind of wipes it and goes, oh, that's something else.
Yep. Now, this was enacted for a very particular reason. That particular reason is making sure that whoever turned you comes looking. I understand that there are some of us who do not feel qualms about leaving bodies in the street, but as a whole, that makes life or unlife a lot more difficult for all of us. We can't go leaving carcasses laying around. People get curious, and when people get curious, especially kind, trouble comes.
Okay.
What Maxine says is completely correct. If you feel like you need to kill, do it, but you do it at your own risk. We took this risk because it was sanctioned. We were given the green light. So if something bad was to come from this, our arses are covered. If you choose to kill on your own, the only thing covering your arse is your skin.
Okay, she just kind of nods and goes, okay, so don't kill if I don't have to.
It's long and short of it. We also tend to go after people who are more deserving of it. So assholes like that. My particular favorite flavor are men who like to beat on women.
People who prey on the weak.
She goes, I could kind of feel that. I think he was planning on it.
Well,
Something about
He
his
was.
blood just.
This
Right.
man was, to be in a complete state of honesty, this man was a drug dealer, and one of the people who was sadly indebted to him was my great times some great number granddaughter, and
Oh.
he threatened her and her child on a number of occasions.
Oh, so wait, your family still knows?
No, my
Is that-
family doesn't know that I'm here. They don't know anything about me, and they're not going to know anything about me. But I know about them, thanks to Maxine and the magic picture thing here.
I googled them.
Magic picture.
And this is on the way back into the city. We're not just standing here in the
Yeah,
dark.
we're standing outside looking over a body like, yeah, let's have a conversation here.
Blah 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 blah.
Um,
Blah 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 blah.
blah, 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 peas and carrots.
This
peas and
is-
carrots,
this
peas
is
and
just around
carrots,
the water
peas and
cooler.
carrots.
Yeah. Around the water cooler.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
that's what it does.
I've watched,
All right.
I've watched too many American sitcoms because I actually got that reference.
I understood that reference.
Yeah, he would just inform them that, yeah, I know for a fact he was a bad guy because I seen him having this conversation. He threatened me with a gun. I laughed in his face. Yeah. He preyed on those who he thought were weaker than him, and the one time that he thought he was doing it, he picked wrong because he picked on 4 people who were very, very much stronger than him.
All right. She goes, I'm not feeling the hunger at all.
Well,
No.
you're gonna be full up for a while. That is unfortunately one of the only upsides of draining Keen dry. That is the only way to completely slake your hunger, and you might be all right for a couple of days.
I could go for that right about now.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, I could.
I definitely couldn't.
If you're gonna do it, don't do it anywhere near my fucking club. I swear to God, Celeste. We already had feds sniffing around once. We do not need that again. If I had a heart,
God, I wouldn't
it
eat
would've-
anything here.
if I had a heart, it would have been thrown into a coronary already.
Yeah. So remember, if you go hunting, your chase for the coterie is a
Mhm.
3, which means if you hunt on your basically your domain,
Mhm.
you've got a default hunting of 3,
Okay.
or a
So
default difficulty
how-
of 3.
Yeah, how does the hunting work then if I weren't to go through my cult? Because I believe I only get a couple feedings through them a week. So if I were to look elsewhere or like through the coterie, what's involved in that?
Yeah, so you could do other things besides like the like your main thing is you'll often go and use that, but you can't necessarily do that all the time. If you want to hunt in your like in your domain and such, where that could be, you could say how it is. There could be other members of the cult sort of live in that area. You could also literally just like mug people, or you could do some of the other stuff as well. It's just your main method of hunting is sort of that.
Okay.
And you would have basically a difficulty of 3 successes as well. That without like other problems getting involved.
Okay. Cool. I can wait. I'm just
Okay.
curious.
Go ahead and like the club domina, or
Yep. We need to figure out where in the hell you were gonna end up staying. That is gonna be
she
probably
goes, I mean, I had a lot of money, but I don't know if I can access any of it.
Oh, no, you can't, darling. You are dead. If a dead person's account suddenly becomes active, that is just a whole bunch of red flags.
Not if they can't trace it back to her. Just go take it all out and call it a day. What are they gonna do? Look at her on the cameras?
Hmm. That ain't wrong.
And what any of you're talking about.
So you know that plastic card that we sometimes swipe? That's
He's
where
gonna,
all our money
He's gonna
is.
root in his pocket and pull out like a library card or something like this.
Yeah, she
Very
actually.
close.
Yeah, she actually goes. Wait a minute. If they think I'm dead, if we still have those around, if I don't show up on anything, no one's going to actually be able to see me pull that out of an ATM.
Nope.
And so, and they'll just think once they find the body, they'll just think it's whoever killed me just pulled out a bunch of money.
Hey, you can
Actually-
just leave your card there too. Just
Actually,
pull out
no,
everything,
that-
leave the
that
card
sounds like
behind.
something- Yeah, that sounds like something I would do, honestly. Fuck
So
it.
it's not a good idea.
I swear to God, I'm gonna throw you in the fucking swamp one of these days.
Don't break your hip while doing it.
We don't perform diablerie. We don't perform diablerie. We don't perform diablerie. That is not how we do things in the Anarch
I
movement.
don't want to be stronger. I don't want to be stronger. I don't want to be stronger.
Nope. Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, as long as nobody is poking around, as long as nobody recognizes her, well. Oh yeah, because they're always like that was one thing that I noticed in New Orleans. There are these random ATMs that just are just sort of out on the street, and they're super sketch.
Mm-hmm.
Like you definitely don't want to take money out because your card's gonna get stolen.
Yeah,
Your card is absolutely about to get fucking like scanned. Like there's a
Yeah.
We've got like there's a place nearby called Hamilton, and we've got like an Asda there. Asda's like the UK's version of Walmart. They're owned by the same company, and it's attached onto like a building with like an alleyway, and like the ATM for the Asda is down this alleyway, but in like an alcove in the alleyway, and I'm like, yeah, that right there is mug central.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's how you get clubbed over the head when somebody takes your fucking card.
That's how you get. That is how you get chipped. That is where you get chipped.
We call this Darwin's ATM.
God. I love that human beings are coming up with their own acts of Darwinism. Building ATMs in alleyways, running like Naruto towards Area 51. It's great.
All right, what do y'all do?
Yeah, well,
what do we do? What do we do now? Like, do we just wait?
I mean, that's the thing. We don't want to let her go running around while there's potentially still, heat on this whole situation. Because, the blonde's real nice, honestly, Mandy. That's a good, like, you got a good face shape for that. To be perfectly honest, not a lot of people can pull that off. But regardless, if somebody's seen her face enough and they see her shuffling on down Bourbon Street, it's still gonna be a fucking problem.
What if we dress her up like one of those weird people? Like one of the. He's going to look at Celeste and be like,
You mean
the one-
furries?
No, I have no idea what that is. The ones with the black and the leather and the spikes. They kind of look like Celeste, but slightly more aggressive.
What, like one of
I've
the
got a
punk
lot of
kids?
eyeliner I could use.
One of the punk
And
kids.
Extra clothes.
I have no idea if it's a punk or not. The ones that you go up and you speak to them, and for some reason you just think to yourself that it's all really worth it.
Like if you were to take a magnet in front of the face, it might pull the face with it.
Cause them
Metal.
severe bodily harm. Yeah,
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah.
What if we dress her up like one of them?
We could do that.
I've had worse ideas.
I could peruse my closet and see what I could find, and
Yeah, we're gonna dress Mandy up like a fucking new goth. That's the plan.
I'm really good at ripping things. I could rip up a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Junko pants.
Oh my
Everybody-
god.
Everybody's,
I don't know
everybody's,
why
like,
that's what I
making
went
her-
to, but
Everybody's like making her this intricate costume. Celeste is getting all put about her hair, and Connell's just in the corner with a t-shirt poking holes in it, going, "I'm helping." It's like arts and crafts, and like Connell's the kid in the corner. Like everybody's just like, yeah, he eats glue, but we just let him. Like he's that kid.
Yeah, Michael. So what
he's
we're
glue, but he doesn't
thinking
bother anybody.
to put this into reference for you, Michael, I'm thinking Chester Street Industrial Night.
Okay.
Do with that what you will.
Okay.
Heck no
That is-
goths.
That is the vibe that we are going to disguise her in.
I
She's
need
got
to
this
send
like
you guys a video.
short,
All the ones dancing under the
choppy-
bridge.
yeah. She's got like this short, choppy, like platinum ice blonde hair now.
hmm
Instead of that, like, clean cut girl next door bullshit.
I think Pink, circa
Gaff man.
2010.
Huh?
You get the gaff man?
Pink, circa 2010.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very pink in 2010.
The fishnet glove. She's got to have the fishnet glove.
Oh yeah,
No, it's a fishnet t-shirt over
Over
which
the
there was
bralette.
another
With like a
t-shirt.
tank top.
Yeah.
Yeah, when,
Yeah.
You, when you get your setup like that, she just kind of looks and she goes, "I never had one of these." I guess if-
Congratulations, baby. You get to explore it now.
I guess if I'm a vampire, I guess that's what you get.
Not
So
a
many belts and
vampire. You're a
chains.
kindred. Stop saying that word, please.
Don't use that word.
No,
Feels
we
silly.
don't. No, it's dumb. It is honestly dumb. Yeah, so we're dressing her up like Pink circa 2010.
Connell's just looking at the entire outfit and going, "Yep, this makes me lose faith in all of humanity. It's perfect."
Oh, it
living
ain't-
for it.
It ain't that bad. Come on.
No, that's a compliment. If I lose faith in humanity over it, it means it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks. She's like, you probably have a different idea of what the goths are.
It's true.
I
Visigoths.
what would his idea of a goth be?
It's the Visigoths.
Yeah. Oh geez.
The OG goths.
We're all
The closest
posers
thing-
compared.
The closest thing that Connell would have ever seen to a goth would have been like a Catholic.
Michael, is this what you expected when I asked you to run a chronicle?
Oh, it's all good. It's all the fun shit.
So yeah. Other than that, on the way back, Connell just wants to go to Kaylee's house and put whatever amount of money he got from Darius through their letterbox with like a note just saying, Darius has left. This is a donation from an anonymous stranger.
Yeah, you kind of leave that, and then we'll probably see that when she gets on her way home.
Yeah. He's purposely going because he knows that she's working. So he's going there, putting it through, and he's like, okay, no chance of being seen, and then he'll, while they're doing the talking on their way to Club Domina, he'll like veer off, do this, come back. So, yeah.
Celeste, how close are you with the other Anarch Tremere?
Probably not super close. Because she doesn't like all the stuffy hierarchy bullshit.
Well, the thing is, like a lot of the hierarchy tends to be there in the Camarilla in the Anarch, since a lot of the hierarchy is gone. There tends to be a lot more like, not necessarily group of equals, but they're at least not like necessarily one person over another.
Like she would probably still talk to the guy who turned her, since she had to like be selected essentially. But past that, like she'd probably know of them and know how to contact them, but wouldn't make a habit of hanging out with them.
Okay. Yep, I'll wait a little bit then.
Okay.
All right, you head back to Club Domina? After you get her, or are you going elsewhere? After you have her all done up?
I suppose what time is it?
Probably about this time you're getting towards enough time to eat, meet, figure stuff out, get changed, go out there, kill, come back. Like it's
Kill.
probably It's probably getting towards 3 in the morning or so.
Yeah, we're gonna need to be careful about sunrise in a couple hours here.
Mhm.
All right. Maxine's gonna want to figure out a place, a slightly more permanent place for her to habitate, potentially with a companion of the kindred variety, so she isn't just off on her own goddamn self. Because Maxine's a little cagey about letting her stay at the club right now. What's her fucking name? The Nosferatu.
The Anarch or the
Rita.
Rita?
Rita. That's the Anarch one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, potentially getting in touch with Rita to see if there is any assistance that can be had on that, and so far as getting her a hidey hole.
Yeah.
Something nearby, something that we can watch easily, but something that won't necessarily tie her directly back to the club.
Reading a lot of the rest of them, like it's not unusual for a lot of them to be a little bit wary of the phones, particularly as it starts getting a little bit later. The nice thing about New Orleans is there's so many people up so late all the time that it doesn't be the people texting and such or calling really late doesn't show up as much on like Second Inquisition checks when they're looking for those sorts of patterns.
Yeah. And she's not gonna text anybody because that's easier to track.
Yeah. Yeah, Rita's got some ways of being contacted. Usually what happens is you leave a message and then she finds you.
Yep. So yeah, it'll be a message of Rita. We have a baby vamp in need of a temporary hideout. We want to be able to keep an eye on her, but to be perfectly honest, I don't want anybody else sniffing around my fucking club. Call me when you can.
Right. Celeste, you get a call from Fadi. Fadi Sahala is basically the kind of the head trimmer of the Anarchs. Like, he's not in charge of the stuff, but he's just the one kind of the most power, the most pull. He's like essentially on the council for Oriane.
Okay. Hello?
Celeste,
Hey, aren't you supposed to be hiding?
hiding?
Because the Sabbat? Did he say he was the one who said he was going into hiding, right?
I know that was Fadi. I think that was.
That was the.
I think that was the. Is that Romeo?
Oh, because I had him have try the blood.
Yeah, I thought Fadi was the one who figured out who.
Oh yes, yeah. Yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's right. That's who. Because I just put him on the other relationship map. I'm like, oh, I didn't have him there. So forgot that we used that earlier. I'm gonna make a note. That, yeah. He goes. Yeah, I'm going into hiding. So understand we got a Sabbat going around. I thought I'd try to help you figure out what the fuck's going on. Oriane right now is being really key.
We figured if we make it look like she's kind of out in the wild right now and doing, new kindred things, we might be able to sniff them out a little bit easier.
How much muscle you got?
I got Connell.
Just saying, be careful. She kind of gave the blessing for this. For you all to go out here and do something like that. The shit goes bad. Got people she can throw up a flagpole. She's not throwing her full might behind this. I'm guessing the Reeve isn't involved in this at all.
What have you heard?
Everyone's really fucking cagey right now. We got Sabbat coming. That means we could have problems. I mean, less so the Sabbat, but the Second Inquisition. Now, granted, the choice, all of it seems weird, but I mean, who knows what they got in mind. We prefer when it's just the Camarilla shits we got to deal with.
Agreed. That's annoying enough as is. But they're being surprisingly helpful, which is rather concerning.
Yeah. The thing is, they know if shit goes bad, they're going to have some problems too.
Yep. Just Give me a heads up if you hear anything, though.
Yeah, I'm keeping the ear to the ground.
Thank you.
Maxine, in your office,
Yeah.
the door opens, and there's sort of nothing there, and then a moment later, Rita, at the door shuts, Rita appears.
Jiminy fucking Christmas, Rita.
He just kind of smiles, with the eyes have got these little pinpricks of kind of light behind him. A lot of the rest of it looks like almost mummified. If you're all in there in the room with her.
Yeah.
Sort of looks around and goes, "Walk of the town. Looking to unload your little friend?"
At least for now, I don't think it's a good idea for her to be hanging around at the club.
Probably not. Whenever they find that body, her face is going to be everywhere.
Yep. And fortunately for us, that face can't be seen on cameras or closed circuit television. But well, I'd rather not the face be able to be picked out in a crowd.
Okay.
The hair helps though.
Yeah, she kind of goes over and looks and just goes, "If you were taken by one of mine, you would be recognizable at all." There's good reason for us to have her out of the way, not seen. We have some places we can put her. I take it, though, she's still all of your responsibility?
I took responsibility for it. That'll still be standing.
We'll protect her. And then she just kind of looks and she's like, "You're not going to enjoy the places we stay, but it'll keep you safe."
Make sure she can get in contact with us if she needs us.
It just sort of smiles and just goes, "We still have a little bit of time. If the word gets out, we can hide her on the way to where we're going.
Good.
Contact me if you need her. I'm assuming if you've got a way to contact her."
Make sure to probably make sure you got a burner phone on you.
Okay.
Our phones is going fire.
No,
Yes.
no, honey. No.
You
So-
actually can't light them on fire if you try. They just
Actually-
kind of.
Yeah, Rita, if you've got like a spare one of those fucking brick Nokias laying around.
Good old fashioned track phone.
Yep.
Someone will have one. I'll let you know. Come, child. You as the door shuts behind you, you kind of hear, "Ever slept in a tomb?" And then, like, you don't know if she's serious or not, because Rita does enjoy fucking with people. Part of the fun of being in Nosferatu.
It's probably.
As soon as she says it, Connell invisibly shudders and like, oh, Nosferatu really do fucking creep me out.
Yeah, but they're real handy.
Yeah, I know, but at the same point, like, is it worth it?
Yes. Very much so.
Would you rather her room with you, Connell?
Oh, dear gods above, no, I'd rather room with you.
There you go. And that is why we keep Rita around.
She said like a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe she really liked things.
No, but like, she'll say like a lot because like she has to just make sure that like you really like get what she's like talking about. Do you see what I'm getting at here?
Connell, darling, that is unfortunately a byproduct of the past, I don't know, 20 to 30 years. We don't have the same expansive vocabulary that I'm sure you did back in your time. So when
Can't afford it
something
in this
is,
economy.
we can't afford it in this fucking economy. That's for goddamn sure. So when like we really want to get like something
Say
across.
like one more time, Maxine, I swear I will burn this place to the ground.
And that's what the burner phone's for.
I love Celeste so fucking much.
I promise, Michael, we're taking this seriously.
I promise, I'm trying my
No,
hardest.
that's
not.
that's
No,
all
we're
good.
not.
It's all good.
Okay.
Oh god. Okay, so
As Celeste says that, Connell it's one of those facepalm eye roll moments of
you roll your eyes any harder, Connell, they're gonna get stuck back there.
what is our next move?
Wait.
We need to see what happens when this news hits the mainstream. But I feel like if we do anything but business as usual, that is going to throw up all sorts of red flags. We're also going to need to keep an eye out and see who comes sniffing around after they find that fucking body.
They're gonna come here first.
No, I mean the one we just left at the fucking motocross.
Well, yeah.
No, they're probably
Sorry, I'm losing track of our bodies.
It's a lot of bodies. So
fucking bodies.
do we want to sort of fast forward to the next evening, to see if they found stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I go hunting before
Yep.
tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
My hunger's at a 3. I kind of
And got to eat.
Cool, peckish. Taco Bell late night drive through.
Yeah.
Oh god. No.
Waffle House open at this time of night.
There's always someone drunk leaving the Waffle House.
Oh yeah.
You're so drunk when you get to the Waffle House, you're still hammered when you leave, even though you've been there for 2 hours and eaten a ton of waffles.
It's a different world when you're in a Waffle House.
Yeah, so as you're kind of just using your domain to hunt,
Yes.
how would you like to go about it? Are you looking for like worshippers who might be out, or are you looking to mug someone, seduce someone? You want to do that? Find people who are sleeping?
I'm gonna go for someone who's sleeping. Kind of creep in someone's window, bite them, and leave.
Just go full fucking succubus on them.
Hell yeah!
Oh my god.
So why don't we, for that one, why don't we go ahead with probably something about do a little light breaking in it. Oh shit, yeah, you got larceny. You got great larceny. I'd roll
Secret ingredient is crime.
probably
I don't see any.
dex and larceny to sneak in without waking people up.
All right.
All right. Are you looking for a specific type of person?
Yeah, she kind of has an MO on most people she kills, so it's probably going to be a male, probably within the range of like 20 to 30 years old.
Okay. Yeah, you've got like some people who've kind of like left college, working some of the like night shifts and such. Not too hard to kind of like a window that's open just to let some of the breeze in. You're pretty good about getting through. Dude is like sprawled out on the bed, like the sheets are almost tangled weirdly, just in places around, and just head back snort. And I assume you're taking 2 points.
Yeah, I'll take 2 points.
All right. Yeah, get that just quick moment of, and then he just sort of settles into it, and when you're done, still asleep, and you touched off your hunger a little bit.
I'm gonna leave $1 on his nightstand and leave.
The blood fairy. I'm so sorry, Bran.
And the tooth comes out. We're straight up.
You ever have one of those? You ever have one of those ADHD disassociations and you snap back into the blood fairy?
Look at your fucking face.
What the fuck did I miss?
I don't think I've ever seen you look more confused, which is saying a lot because you've been dealing with me and Haley for months now.
I was looking at I was picking at my nail, and then I just disassociated, staring at my nail, and then just came back into the blood fairy and was like, "What the fuck? What have I walked into?"
It's a rash of not exactly robberies, but people are breaking in and leaving dollar bills on the nightstand.
the victims are left sleepy and anemic.
I am currently wetting my pants.
News at 6.
Haha, listen here, Shane.
All right. Anybody else hunting before you crash?
I don't
No.
need to. I have zero hunger.
Next morning, go ahead and roll your rouse.
Roll the roast.
Morning.
Roll your rouse.
I'm hungry again. No, I finally passed a rouse check. Woohoo!
Dang it.
Yeah, I failed. I hate these digital rollers, man. They never work for me.
I've been having shit luck with the digital roller on fucking D&D Beyond recently. Like, I haven't rolled anything higher than a 12.
I don't think you've ever done well on that though.
No, it has the outs for me. It wants to watch me suffer.
Our mass game, we switched over to leverage for 2 sessions because the mass does not handle heists well, and that's what leverage does. I could only roll well when it didn't matter to like give them like really like to make things more difficult and interesting. I was rolling for shit. It was still fun, but I was like, oh, I didn't get to throw quite.
Cool.
And then
I haven't
played
rolled
it in-
higher than a 10.
I played an entire game of D&D where the highest roll I got was an 11.
Oof.
And then at like the most random point, I was like, "Yeah, do you know what? I'm just gonna kick the table just out of frustration." I was like, "Yeah, okay, roll an attack roll." And I got a nat 20, like just demolished a table with a kick, and I was like, "That is the greatest thing I've done this entire session. Is destroy a table." Great.
Congrats.
The news the next day, Amanda's quote unquote body was found. There was information sort of leaked that she was last seen kind of out near the bayou where it was left. And it is kind of all over the news. It's it's like they've interviewed the the representatives people. The family is very distraught. They're trying to find out who this is. The police, and from what you hear, also like other information, the police are kind of out in force that evening, trying to find who.
Yeah, definitely gonna want to make sure that everyone's dotting their I's and crossing their T's. We can't have anybody fucking around right now. Have we heard anything about anything on our end?
Kind of buried down deep, like in the stuff. I mean, there's always lots of deaths. There was a body found near the motocross area in the kind of the woods outside of it. They found it early afternoon because there was still the truck, and there was the truck still parked in the parking lot, and the bike itself up by the railing. So people went and searched and found him. Says there's no leads at this time, from what they can tell, and just that there was some unusual aspects, like a particularly vicious. They weren't sure if it was animal or.
Mm-hmm. Any chance that would have stirred anything up in the world of Kindred?
Think words like particularly vicious, like animal attack, often let Kindred know something is up because one, sometimes that's literally the code to let Kindred know that there's a thing going on. Kindred like having people in the morgue and other stuff where if like, there's a vampire attack, basically all the hires up, both Camarilla and Anarchs, want to know as soon as possible so they can do what they need to cover shit up.
And yeah, Orion will have been appraised of the fact that there is something to be found. In as vague terms as possible.
And got hold of some of the right people to make sure that the right stuff was put out there.
Have we heard from Amanda yet this evening?
Not as of yet. Do you contact her?
No, we'll let her sort of marinate for a bit.
I think she's having fun.
She is a baby vampire, but she is also still technically an adult.
Mm-hmm. Like I tell my followers, your problems are yours to solve.
This is, well, unfortunately, Narlin, this is kind of everybody's problem.
For now. Dealing with the Nosferatu, though, that's her problem.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like she could potentially have fun with Rita as long as she understands that like 99.9% of the time Rita's just fucking with her.
She's not gonna be okay.
No, she's not going to be okay.
No.
Shit.
Knock,
Well,
knock at the office door.
yes.
Jamie kind of pokes her head in and goes, we got the cops showing that picture around.
Well, that poor girl. I mean, people wander through here all the time.
I mean, everyone knows not to. I mean, people saw her. People are going to say something. But everybody knows not to connect you with it.
Well, Jamie, you know how things work around here.
Yep, we'll try to keep an ear out and try to usher them out as quick as I can. A lot of people come through here.
A lot of people come through here. It's a busy bar, busy nights. It's what happens in New Orleans. People come in, people come out. We can't always control what happens when they go out.
Yeah, because she was one of a bunch. Not a lot of people necessarily would have noticed. All right,
And
we'll
do you
keep an
think
eye
maybe
out.
you should talk to them?
What?
Maxine, do you think you should maybe talk to them?
I mean, if they're not asking, I don't see any reason to.
You can look down the cameras. I mean, you do see some cops kind of coming in and just showing pictures to people asking if they've seen someone like it, because Secret Service was here previously. So
You got to follow those leads,
mhm.
I'm sure. But I would imagine they would also talk to the Secret Service. At least that would be my hope, but I don't know how those lines of contact work.
True crime shows have taught me anything. They don't.
Yeah. If CSI has taught me anything,
Here's all these ways that people disappear.
yeah. But yeah, essentially the idea is the idea is people come in and out of this club all the time. I'm sure there have been cops here before. Be kind of rowdy around here.
Oh, what are y'all doing for? So stirred up enough that the right people are going to notice that there's something going on.
Mm-hmm.
But are you like, what are you doing to try to maybe find Sabbat?
Well, if we've got help from both sides of the aisle, so to speak, keeping those lines of communication open for sure, which is just weird for Maxine.
Weird for most people.
Real weird. Just like, I don't like Romeo, but he's been real helpful.
It's been extremely helpful in it. I hate it.
Yeah, no, I don't like him, but I mean, we're all sort of on the same line at this point. We don't want to end up dead. But yeah, keeping the lines of communication with Romeo and Oriane open. I mean, that's the thing. Like, have we seen any of the Sabbat clans like roll through recently, or is this just sort of a new?
Well, the problem with, I mean, most vampires, you can't necessarily tell to look what they are. Sabbat in particular will often pretend they're something else if they come through a place, because they don't necessarily come and say, "Hi, what part of the Sabbat? How are you this afternoon?" But they'll
Have you
often
heard about our Lord and Savior?
they'll often either pretend to be other stuff, or there are La Sombra who are a part of the Camarilla.
Would we have contact with them?
Yeah, well, the thing is, the Camarilla themselves would probably come down on it, because the Camarilla is not stupid enough to do what just happened. Is kind of what everyone's agreeing. And as far as anarchs go, but the Sabbat makes the most sense, because her whole thing is, if they find out she's such a high profile that it risks the Second Inquisition like in a big fucking way.
Yeah. And nobody wants that.
Yeah. Because there's no way to bring them in and not also have the Camarilla get their asses handed to them.
Yep.
Everyone expects the Second Inquisition.
Pretty much. And that is something that has always chapped my ass about Kindred. We always think that we can throw the big fucking stick of the kind and the Inquisition around at each other, but they don't give a shit. They're not
Everyone
gonna
only
look.
cares about themselves.
No, they're not gonna give a shit about Camarilla versus Anarch. They're just gonna know that we're all something that needs to be staked.
Yep.
And I really wish that people would fucking learn that and leave well enough alone.
Okay. So are you gonna be keeping an eye on the area where this was found to see if you can end up finding anything, or
Yeah, keep an eye out, keep those lines of communication open, check in with Romeo, check in with Orianne.
Mhm.
I'll have Pushin kind
Sniffing
of
out.
stalk in the area where Darius was killed to see specifically if any of our kind come looking around.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's Maxine's going to be real conspicuous in an area like that is the problem.
and it was a bobcat.
Bobcat.
Okay, and I can't. Do you have like mental connection with it at all times, or
I don't. I think the furthest extent is I can kind of guess body language. Bear with me, and I'll double check on it for you. Where is it? Von Famulus. Here we go. I can use the Feral Whispers and Subsume the Spirit. Animalism 2 and Animalism 4 on my Familis for free. Feral Whispers allows me to persuade it to perform a service. Requires a manipulation plus animalism roll. Difficulty depends on the task required. Having a bird keep an eye out for anyone entering the park at night would be difficulty free, while ordering any animal to defend the place would be with their lives would be difficulty 6. So I'm just asking it to kind of have a look around, and if a vampire comes near it, come get me.
okay? Well, the problem is you are decently far away. Because if you look at the like where
Right,
it's at and where y'all are, it's like come get you.
Yeah.
But it's whatever is
I've
there
just
is going to be
realized that.
gone. Because y'all are kind of in the middle of the city, and this is way the fuck on the.
Yeah, I've just realised that, so that wouldn't be helpful at all. Hello.
Do we have any Nosferatu friends that we could call on? Because they're going to be able to poke around without being seen, potentially.
It's one of those. It could be. You could try to get hold of Rita. It's a possibility, but I guess the thing is, part of this has been left to you, since this is the thing that y'all have taken on to do. So I don't know if you were kind of just patrolling or keeping an eye in that area yourselves.
Yeah. Connell, this might be an area that you might be best to patrol on because I don't fit in that end of town real well.
Sorry, just to clarify in case I missed details there. You're suggesting Connell's the one that goes to patrol around about where Darius was killed?
I mean, well,
I want to see y'all like dud it up for motocross.
well, I suppose it's fairly popular.
I mean, Connell's happy to go and scope out the place for a couple of days if need be.
Yeah, I mean, we could always head out and catch a bout. I don't even know what it's fucking called.
A run.
A run. Yeah, sure.
Let's say at the go-kart tracks. We could all just go go-karting.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Let's go out and catch a go-kart
Yeah.
or a fucking motocross run and see what's out there.
Take me out to the racetrack. Take me out to the track.
This is a terrible idea.
Yeah, I mean the other thing is there's also you could just be like there's all those the forests and woods because you got them out there. Yeah, you want to go like hit the go kart track while you're having
you
your
know.
If you
bobcat.
Why
guys,
not?
if you guys want to take if you guys want to take the track, I can take the woods. Like,
Yeah, no, let's yeah, we're gonna
Yep.
yeah, we're get the fucking Toreador and the Tremere are gonna go hang out at the fucking motocross track.
the gangrel's going to go run through the woods.
This checks out somehow.
This checks out.
He's gonna hide up in a tree and just wait.
Yeah, so we're gonna go hang out at the fucking Maxine's gonna put the manager on duty in charge at the club.
All right. Out of the tracks, are you on the go karts, or are you going to go to the motocross itself?
Yeah, let's go to motocross because that's where we were initially. Yeah.
Um, yeah. Are you dressing down, or are you going in your normal?
Oh no.
Maxine's gonna dress down. But it's still fucking expensive, damn you.
I'll trade in my black dress for black jeans and a black shirt. Just
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Still very much on brand, but
Still World of Darknessy.
Yep.
On
Still being edgy,
one
dang it.
hoodie, one cardigan, one shirt, one pair of pants. And he's wearing them all.
I feel like Maxine has bought him at least 2 other pairs of jeans. Just so he can rotate them.
These jeans are so constricting.
You just rotate them every once in a while.
He wears MC Hammer pants, and you just gotta deal with it. He wears like parachute pants.
Oh God.
Nah, he wears
Those
like
look so comfy though. Those are just like
No, it's
extra
it's,
floofy
Oh my God, they're
joggers.
so
They
good.
have to be good.
it's true. I do have a pair of delightful harem pants.
All right. So like as you get there, there is there's a bit of a police presence, kind of going through. You got people heading around. No one seems to care so much about Darius, even though he would be out there. Like, you don't hear or see anything. As you just got
Gee, I wonder why.
you got the motorbikes like just kind of like heading through. And Connell, you said you're out in the like in the woods
Yeah, let's check out the woods.
with your bobcat.
Yeah, let's bring the bobcat.
Let's bring the cat.
Yeah. So at one point, as y'all are sort of checking things out, you're sort of out in the woods, kind of going, and then like very like almost instantly at one point, the bobcat's like, what's the bobcat's name again? Sorry,
Cushion.
Kitten?
Fusion.
Oh, Cushion.
Cushion. Just means little cat.
Yeah, Cushion is just like almost like right underneath your hand, and there's just like body is kind of stiff and kind of pointing in a direction a little bit further in.
At that point, Connell is going to flip off the shoes that he's got on, kind of pull the harem pants up to kind of so they're like just underneath his knees, and
Sport
then
mode.
shrug off the cardigan and kind of roll out his shoulders. And then I'm going to use because I have something. Bear with me a moment.
Do the thing.
I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to do it. I am going to. Oh, I don't need to activate it. Okay, that's great. That's fine. Cool. I don't need to activate it. I just he's going to kind of take a little moment to settle himself, and I will. I have cat's grace, so I will never lose my balance. I've also got feather fall, so I don't take fall damage. I'm just a fucking cat.
All right, so you just
Great.
are you heading up in the trees or just like along the?
If there's a path up into the trees in that direction, then yeah, Connor will take it because I mean it's not as if it's going to be dangerous to me.
Yeah, you can probably kind of almost like leap from the stuff there. You see, at one point you see a man, probably late 20s, like kind of going through. Doesn't have a flashlight on him. You see in his hand is actually a stake that he's kind of got like a little bit hidden, but you can kind of see it sort of as the moonlight goes. He's kind of just like walking through this area, Not a kindred. When you look, because you actually can see like the flush of life in his cheeks. The way he's breathing is that of a person, but kind of heading through and like looking around where Darius was killed. There's still some police tape up.
Can I tell if he looks like does he look like nervous, scared? Is he quite fearless? Like, can I get any kind of like emotional read on him? Like,
He looks like he's on the hunt a bit as he's just kind of looking for something.
Oh my god. He's a hunter and he's in the woods with a gang down.
I would say from the look of it, like you've seen some hunters before, normally are better armed than this. Like there's a decent chance this is a.
Oh. Well.
I get to a position where I'm like above this guy.
The what? Oh, make a stealth roll.
Make a stealth roll. Am I good at stealth rolls? I don't think I'm good at stealth rolls.
Oh.
Let's see. Stealth. I have 2 in stealth. That's dexterity, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that you said you had activated some of your disciplines.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't say that I need to. I mean, I don't know if that's just a thing that doesn't happen in this, but it doesn't say I need to activate it. It just says I automatically pass any dex or athletics-based rolls needed to keep balance.
Weight of a feather.
That says catch grace, and then weight of a feather. Weight of a feather is the one where if I have time to prepare, no rolls required. I just.
Oh, okay. So yeah, cat's grace is a passive, so that's not one that you don't activate it. It's just always.
That's what I figured. And the weight of a feather. If I've got time to react to it, I don't take fall damage.
Okay. Yeah. So that's.
I don't have anything that helps me with stealth. That's the only thing.
All right.
So I'll be rolling that. That's 5 dice I've got on that one. So that's dex plus stealth. I think I'll upgrade my stealth as soon as we're able. Let's see. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, so as you're kind of coming, he just sort of like looks up, eyes kind of wide, and then drops back. Like drops back a bit, has got the stake and goes.
Who would you be looking for now?
He's kind of still at a good distance. Kind of raises up so he's got the stake there and goes. I'm a little lost. So.
So happens that I seem to be looking for someone too.
Who might that be?
If you're going to be wanting information, you have to put information up first. So how about you talk, and then I'll see if it's worth me giving up my details.
Kind of looks and goes. Got one out here who broke the laws. There's a blood hunt called. Got a little messy. We figured she might have been out here.
Oh, don't worry, she's taken care of.
Oh, so you got her.
Yeah.
Oh, he kind of stands up and goes. I guess if you've got, suppose if you took care of her, she's
not going to be an issue anymore. That's what I'm saying. So now I do need to be asking you a question. See, I'm not interested in the pup. I'm interested in the wolf. So if you know and you're looking for this one, You mentioned that somebody broke some rules. Would you be knowing who it was that be doing the rule breaking?
No, my master just sent me to. And he's kind of starting to back up a little bit. My master just sent me to try to take care of whoever it was.
And who's your master?
Sort of smiles, and then there's just this moment where he then leaps about, oh, leaps about 30 feet horizontally, just like away, and starts running with a decent clip of speed.
I will take off after him. Fast I can.
Yep.
Where do I see? Do you have speed in this? I don't remember. Do we have speed in this?
What I would do is just go ahead and roll. I think here, if you just do probably, I mean, if, you could probably do strength on there if you're. I mean, if you're trying to sprint after.
Okay.
Strength plus athletics.
Strength plus athletics. Okay. Let's do it.
All right, he's kind of got that bit of it. Unless, are you spending willpower to try to?
Yeah, I'll spend a willpower to try and get a wee bit. Try and get a wee bit on that. So I roll that again, yeah.
Or do I hit spend on your willpower?
Okay. Yeah, click that.
Okay, yeah. Then I think you. What do you do? You able to grab a few? It should let you re-roll 2 of them.
All right. So do I just click and drag? No, it's not letting me drag.
I
Did I
think
just roll 2 dice?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on.
All right, he's almost made his way like into kind of the clearing area when you manage to grab him. What do you do?
I'll drag him right back. Is there like a tree I can pin him against?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Slam him up against a tree and like full on like the animal features are out. Like the fangs are out. The kind of feline eyes. The kind of from like his beard, the fur's kind of spreading up his face a little bit. Like the top of his like collarbone and shoulders have got like kind of dark like sleek grey fur popping out over them. And he's just glaring right into this girl, and he's going to be like, "Why would you be running away? I'm not that scary, am I?"
Kind of bolt upright, and let's go back to the arena, motocross arena. Which of you has the highest awareness?
Say 1.
Hold on. 2.
I guess the highest awareness pool, which would be what, wits and awareness.
Oh, I've got 5 total.
4.
All right. So you're looking for anything suspicious?
Yeah, anything that's on our side of the world.
So Maxine, I have you roll, but go ahead and add +1 die because of Celeste. Oh, if you hit the mod, I think +1 will allow. I think gives you an extra die.
Ooh.
I think you just roll like normal. I think I hit the +1.
Hold on.
I think it'll give you an extra one.
I think I might have figured it out. I might know what I'm doing, guys. Oh, I think it worked.
All right.
Tree.
As you are kind of like going through, you do see a few people that you guys are kind of going through the crowd, and they're looking very intently for people who basically fit like a mana description. You kind of notice one of them as it kind of goes up, sees someone, kind of taps her on the shoulder, turns around, and takes a look at her face, and goes, "Sorry, thought you were a friend," and then heads back. You also do notice dude's a bit pale.
Uh-huh.
The kind of like not always breathing type.
Type of pale. Uh-huh. Gonna take out. I want to Maxine's gonna take out her phone, and do like one of those like just sort. She's taking a panorama of the scene because it's so like she doesn't do this often. This is kind of hilarious. But in doing that, she would like to grab a picture of this motherfucker and see if he shows up.
He does actually.
Okay, good to know. We're gonna delete that picture because we don't actually need that. And
Then you see him kind of scanning for brunettes,
uh-huh.
and then making his way towards a few to check them out.
I'm gonna sort of give Celeste a nudge and nod towards our friend.
Hmm.
He's looking for a very particular type. Is this someone we would recognize?
No, that's like is not an anarch or a Camarilla that you know of.
Mm-hmm. Any distinguishing features?
Starting to bald a little bit. And we will choose a face. With this guy.
Hold on. Which guy?
Yeah, a little bit older.
Looking. Hold on. The Rory Kinnear looking motherfucker.
Yep.
I say that with love. Rory Kinnear's the best. He's adorable. I love him.
That's the way you describe things.
Huh?
That Roy Kinnear looking motherfucker.
I love Rory Kinnear. He's very
You're not
distinctive
wrong.
looking.
Yeah. But he also looks like he could be in like every early thousands action movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
Little bit. Just a scooch. Just a scooch.
I recognize that guy.
Hey, wait a minute. Have I seen it? You seen you in something
What's
before?
his face?
What's his hair?
Where's his hair?
What's his nuts?
Should we go talk to him or just watch?
Like, don't want to like trail him. No, let's trail him. We're gonna sort of. My idea would be to sort of wander in that general direction, but take sort of an outside track, so not following directly behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there are like any snacks or any like concessions along the way, pretend we're going there and.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, not too hard to do. Because the thing is, he's very kind of concentrated on. He's not looking for any of you as he's headed through. I will say this, if someone whoever has the highest stealth, if you just want to make a roll and just get more than one.
I've got 2 in stealth.
I don't think I'm super stealthy. Hold on. What is that? Dexterity and
Stealth?
Yeah, no, I'm not stealthy.
Okay. Yeah,
But
my
I'm
total
Dexy.
for that's 4. All right.
Want to make your roll? Yep, that's all you needed. Yeah, as you're kind of following him as he's just sort of looking, and at one point, kind of pulls out his phone. Yeah, not here. Yeah, no, he's out in the woods right now looking. All right, out in the woods looking. What was it you had said to him, Connell?
I said to him, surely I'm not that scary. Why are you running away?
Because I don't know all the Camarilla here, so I didn't know if you're that or an anarch. Maybe try to find in the blood hunt. I don't know what's going on.
So if you're worrying about if I'm anarch or Camarilla, which one are you?
Camarilla.
Huh. So if you'll be telling me your name, then I'll be sure to check in with the Camarilla. Make sure you're known.
Well, I mean, I'm not part of the Camarilla, but my master is.
No, my friend, what you seem to be doing here is your story sheet seems to be chopping and changing in little parts here. How about you tell me your master's name, and then we can take it from there.
Matthias. Lofgren.
Would I recognize that name?
That is not any of the ones that you are aware of.
Never heard of them.
Relatively new to the. I mean, he came partly because of the blood hunt. He was here talking with the prince. Romeo? He's looking at setting up some space here. Wanted to impress people a little bit, and so he had me helping search.
Very good job of that one there, don't you?
I'm sorry, what was that?
He says, well, you didn't do a very good job of that one there, did you?
No. So I mean, if you got her or if you already did it, that's I can that's not a problem.
Do you know the story behind this girl? Do you know how she was turned?
I mean, normally if someone's turned and just let loose, it's any number of mistakes, I guess. I'm still waiting for the bite myself.
What's your name there, lad?
Trevor?
Trevor. So I lied when I said that my name was well, let's just say that I'm a lot older than I look, and I've done some pretty horrific and pretty grisly things in my time, involving at one point slicing a man's back open and dragging his entire spine out while he was still alive. So I would recommend very, very highly that you don't lie to me. So how much about this girl do you know? And like I said, I have pulled a man's spine out of his back before.
I know that Romeo wants her the fuck gone. I know that she's trouble. And apparently that's that representative's daughter who went missing that everybody went nuts for this afternoon.
Trevor, I'd like you to do a favor for me there. I'd like you to be real careful on the way home. There's some nasty people around nowadays. And I'm just going to put him down, sweep his shoulders, and then just nod my head towards the edge of the forest, like, okay, go on, get.
He rushes towards the motor park.
And then I'll just. There was no other signs of like anybody else being in the forest other than him.
Not out in this area.
No. Then yeah, I'll head back for the night. I'll head back to where Max and Celeste were.
And I'll say the two of you see a dude running in. He actually kind of goes over the fence. Other like the guard stuff don't kind of notice and rushes up to the guy that you were coming. He just goes, "Someone was out there, so I think they've already made us." And he just kind of goes, "Yeah, pick us up." Okay, in a few.
Well, we're gonna watch him.
Yeah, the two of them kind of head over by where the crowd is, but like sort of closer to where the parking lot is, and you kind of see them keeping an eye in that direction.
Yeah.
They're there. The one guy that you saw is kind of much calmer than the other one, who seems like he's tweaking a little bit.
Maxine, do you have the Find My iPhone thing with your phone? Can I see that real quick?
Sure.
Oh my god, I love Celeste so much.
What's the clothing situation like on these guys?
Clothing is they've a little bit baggy, especially the ghoul. Little baggier. The other guys dressed a little more business-like. He's got like a jacket kind of on, a little bit light because it is fucking New Orleans. The ghouls also got like some cargo shorts on.
Ugh. Which is just offensive from the get-go. Would we be able to clock him as a ghoul, like as when we see him?
Yeah, you wouldn't. I'm just using that as a shorthand to make that a little bit easier.
Um, so
Oh, I
I'm
was saying,
assuming
actually,
there are beers.
he's not kindred, but he's with
Yeah.
the guy who is. So yeah, you'll probably be able to go. That's probably a goal.
Okay. So I'm assuming there are people selling beers and stuff for the
Yep.
festivity. So I'm going to grab a beer real quick and kind of start walking towards these guys and stumbling.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna drop
And
the
I'm
iPhone?
going to try to drop it into those cargo short pockets.
Make a. I think that's a larceny plus. Oh, what would make sense? Dexterity, or you have another one you think would make sense?
Maybe manipulation?
Yeah, manipulation and your larceny.
You
Okay.
bitch.
All
Hold
right.
on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold the fucking phone.
Already
I'm
holding
not holding the phone. That's
point.
the whole point of this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would say as it kind of bumps, you actually manage to drop it. I would say straightforward. Drop it in. He's just like, oh, hey, because he's nervous, but he's looking. He's not worried about you.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
man.
damn it! All right,
Sorry, I
it's
didn't mean
fine.
to spill. I've got a napkin. I hold up one of those shitty little napkins
Bear
that they have there.
napkins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here.
he looks like a little bit pissed, but then the other guy goes, "Hey, we got him," and they start heading. He kind of grabs them, and they head out towards. There's a car that is pulled up. The driver kind of rolls down the window and is just looking at the two of them.
Can we get a license plate on that shit?
Yeah, and you pull out your phone and try to get that.
Well, I hope Celeste will. Because she just took my
I'll take a
fucking
picture of
phone.
it.
Weirdest thing. You wait till they drive away, you manage to get it, but there's no one driving the car according to your iPhone.
Cock sucking son of a bitch.
And probably a good place to end for the night.
Mother
The fucker lied
fudge.
to me. The fucker lied. I'm gonna pull his spine out.
Honey, that's the thing. Most people, when they tell you shit, are gonna lie. If you scare them enough, they're gonna lie anyway.
It just means when we get him, I'm gonna be like, by the way, you've got my phone and my spine.
just catches Connell in the shower. And goes, why do they always lie? Why can I?
Connor's like, I'm always honest. Why is everybody not honest with me?
Because we're fucking vampires.
I'm a vampire
What we
and
do.
I'm honest.
Yeah, well, you're old as balls. Sports, it's old.
Oh,
Very
man.
old.
Older than dirt.
Old as balls.
Everyone, go ahead and give yourselves 2 experience points.
Yeet.
Ooh,
How many is that we have now?
Goodies.
5.
5.
5? Can I buy anything with that yet?
No, that's not what I wanted. This is the only thing I don't like about the setup on this is that you just sort of click with the experience points
Yeah, the
and
experience
hope
points are
for the
weird.
best.
Yeah, I think it's part of this. Oh, you can see how many you've had and all this other stuff, but it is kind of an odd.
It doesn't bring up the little line to let you know you're typing there. It's
Mhm.
just
And you just like I just did. I was like, oh, last time I just hit a number and I hit a 5 and it showed up, and then suddenly I had 25 experience points, and I was like, no, that's not what I want.
To be honest, it's on my sheet, so I have it.
I
Ah!
I don't know how it got there.
Remind me how we spend experience again.
Here, let me. You just have a little thing pop up.
Yes.
Oh yes.
What I would suggest doing is grab the little red dot and then put it down on one of the 1 to 12 on the bottom.
Got the little.
the
red-
very bottom.
Oh, I've already done that. You told me to do it last time, and I've already done it because I'm a dumbass.
Put it down. Wait, put it where, Michael?
So at the bottom where it's got those little trays on 1 to 12,
Uh-huh.
if you just put it in one of those, you can have it so you can just click it and automatically bring it up. If you've got certain roles or something you want to have, you can kind of put those down there.
Oh god. Nope, that's not what I wanted at all.
Yeah, that red dot next to traits cost experience
Mm-hmm.
in the upper left corner.
Yes.
Oh, you clicked it while it was down there.
Yeah.
All right. You want to let people know where we can find you?
For sure, for sure. Hello, folks. My name is Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. You can find me on the TikTok or the Instagrams as Tutu Who. You can also find me on Twitter as Laura_Tutu. You can also find me hanging out with Hallie and Bran tomorrow, in fact, at the World's Guild on Twitch for I think is our season finale, if I'm not mistaken.
It is our season return. It's our session return.
Yeah, our session return. Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're ramping back up into things, making dumb choices in Brand's fully homebrewed D&D world. I will let him tell you more about that when we get to him, though.
Hi, I'm Hallie, Jalapeno on TikTok. Hey Jalapeno on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Yeah, that's all of them. YouTube, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I do mostly TTRPG stuff and design video games. And tomorrow I'll be playing, with those lovely folks for To the Skies, and I actually have to be nice to Laura and Bran there. It's weird. Going from being mean to Laura to flirting with Laura tomorrow.
Acting.
Yes.
Yeah, hi. I can be found on TikTok at Son of Asgard. Son of Asgard. Sorry, I apologize for my accent. I can be found on Twitch at Asgard's D&D Adventures, and I can be found on Twitter and Instagram with Asgard's D&D. And I do have, I am returning to streaming tomorrow after having had a little baby. I now have a new baby daughter who will most likely be seen in a lot of my streams. But I am returning tomorrow at twitch.tv/The World's Guild with To the Skies. It is a completely homebrew, steampunk, post-apocalyptic, survival horror mishmash of a game. Yeah, they're planning a heist on a religious cult. So yeah,
I forgot that's what we were doing.
We're going to be dealing with that.
Then you're in charge for that. You're a nice stealthy rogue.
Oh no. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
And listen to this. I'm Michael, Improv GM on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube, where this will be up in a couple days. And I also run masks on Sundays at the same time on the same channel. Thank you all very much for watching, and have a great